All right, welcome Hornet fans to another season of Maumelle Hornet football on the Maumelle Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. And I want to talk about our game day sponsors to get things started off. Our game day sponsors for this season. First off, I want to say thanks to our touchdown sponsor, American Pie Pizza, 9709 Maumelle Boulevard. You can give them a call at 501-758-8800 or order online at www.ampiepizza.com. Score a touchdown with a Hog Wild Pizza tonight. Our first down sponsor this year, once again, Acre Family Pharmacy. I want to say thanks to Brandon and his crew over at Acre Family Pharmacy for sponsoring and being a part of our stream again this year. And you can see them at 1900 Club Manor Drive, Suite 101. You can give them a call at 501-274-1130 or visit them online at www.acrepharmacy.com. Be part of the family at Acre Family Pharmacy. Our penalty flag sponsor for this year, once again, PI Roofing. Our friends over at PI Roofing been very busy this year. Hopefully you had the opportunity, if you received damage from any of the numerous storms we had this year. I know I've seen the PI Roofing trucks all over Central Arkansas. I want to say thanks to them for being a big sponsor once again of Maumelle Hornet football. And our penalty flag sponsor, that's PI Roofing at 6109 Remount Road in North Little Rock. You can give them a call at 501-707-3548 or visit them online at www.piroofing.com. Don't get penalized on your next roof repair. Choose local. Call PI Roofing today. All right, your kickoff and halftime sponsors, Akel's Carpet One Floor and Home. Again, Akel's with us for the third straight season. Let's say thanks to the folks over at Akel's as well. 3 convenient Little Rock locations. You can give them a call at 501-214-0635 or visit them online at www.akelscarpet1.com and kick off your next home improvement project by calling the experts at Akel's Carpet One Floor and Home. All right, I'm Steve Henson, and joining me this season is my buddy Tyler Chennault. Tyler, how you doing tonight, man?
Oh, man, it's a great night. You know, first, just want to echo what you're talking about with all of our sponsors. Want to make sure we thank them. None of this could happen without those sponsors. So, you know, big deal there. But, you know, I think I'm speaking for the whole state, right? Football season's back. Couldn't be more excited. You know, this is the second year that I've not been down on the sideline. I've been up here in the press box. And you get all the excitement of football season, but you don't get any of the stress that goes with it from up here. So, you know, the second year, all the excitement, ready to go. Glad we were able to push the kickoffs back an hour, make sure we can keep all these kids healthy, but get ready to get going now.
You know, it's making a difference out there, too. It's definitely cooler. We were down at field level. It wasn't, like, just obscenely hot. I know there was some rain in the area. I ran through a sprinkle or two on the way here. The clouds kind of helped cool it off a little bit, so it's not nearly as hot as we thought it was going to be. And so we're thankful for that. Hopefully these young men will stay healthy out there on the field tonight as our captains have made their way to midfield. And out there right now looks like Cato Hunter, Jalen Joyner, Alan Timmons, and Elijah Newell are your captains for the Hornets. You want to give the Sylvan Hills one since I thought that you were looking at it.
We got Peyton Hobby, and looks like we've got Jaden White as your 2 captains for the Sylvan Hills Bears.
So I want to say thanks to the rest of our crew, too, as well. Let you meet the rest of our crew tonight on production again this year. Kayla Fletcher joining us once again. We appreciate Kayla and everything she does for us, and she's the reason you're seeing everything right there on your screen every Friday night, and come basketball season on Tuesdays and Fridays. So appreciate Kayla. On camera tonight, we're only going to have one camera set up tonight. Kristen Henson, my wife, will be on the main cam. She's got a shadow with her as we've got a student from the East program, Jordan Joyner, who is helping her out tonight, learn his way on the camera as well. So we're excited about that. And that is a big part, Tyler, of what we're trying to do in each school is we want to get the students involved as well. I think something that Coach Mop and I have been talking about. We've got a little surprise potentially coming later in the season. Try to do some broadcast potentially of some other games. So, but use some of our students to help us out. So we're pretty excited about that opportunity as well. And to be honest, man, I'm super excited to have you on the broadcast with us. I know some of our longtime listeners and watchers and viewers will miss out on Andy Gates being with us. Andy, I'm sure, is out there watching somewhere tonight, but maybe racing down the highway in his Corvette. But well, I'm excited to have you. You were a huge instrumental piece of our Robinson broadcast last year. Even you got stuck having to do a few games all by yourself, so we threw you to the fire, and I appreciate you jumping in and being a part of our broadcast this season.
Oh, man, I'm just glad to be here. Don't know that I'll be able to recreate some of the comedy that Andy brought to your broadcast, but hopefully, you know, I can do well here, make Andy proud as he's listening. You know, hopefully it's pretty good for everybody out there listening. But you know what? I'm really looking forward to seeing both these coaching staffs tonight.
I am too. Obviously, Coach Moppin, second year, last year, didn't quite get to the level they wanted to. But, you know, I was talking with Mop earlier this week at practice, and you know, the one big thing has been, you know, the culture, the character of this team and that change and what he's really starting to instill in this program. And, you know, we remember the craziness last year when he got thrown out of the game and then was able to come running in overtime when he, you know, in the next game when he had to miss the game and as the Bears make their way out onto the field. But I'm excited to see what Mop has done with this team. Sounds like the offense is going to be pretty special this year. We're going to see how good the defense is. That's Moppin's specialty. He told me the other day, he said the defensive line is what I'm most excited about. He said I can put 600 pounds in the A-gap or I can bring some small guys and let them good after the quarterback. So I'm excited to see that as well.
Oh, yeah, down there on the field, man. You know, I've always felt small whenever I was coaching, and it was nothing different with those linemen down there, offensive and defense. There's some size down there. It's a little intimidating whenever you're standing on the field next to some of those guys that he runs out there.
You know, I got spoiled in the first couple years we were here, obviously, with guys like Andrew Chambley and Nico Davier being down there on the field and standing next to a couple guys like that who definitely made you feel small. As your Hornets make their way out onto the field, being led, looks like that's Elijah Newell running with the flag, I think. And bear with us, it is Elijah. So bear with us as we work through the numbers this year and get used to all these young men. A lot of new names and some familiar ones as well for this Maumelle Hornet team. And talk about new names. Well, I know we've got our Sylvan Hills fans that are listening to us tonight. Our Sylvan Hills folks, don't get Jake and Dylan for a couple more weeks, as they'll be with us in week 2 after the week 1 bye. But new head coach J.J. Huell, he's going to make some differences down there on this Sylvan Hills sideline, and I'm excited to see what kind of product Sylvan Hills puts out on the field this year.
Oh yeah, I had a great opportunity to work with Coach Huell my first year at North Little Rock whenever I was just student teaching there. I was a volunteer while I was student teaching at the high school. And he's a great dude first. Okay, great coach, but also a great dude, great family man. So super excited for the opportunity for him. He's from Sylvan Hills, got to return to his alma mater, be the head coach. I'm excited to see what he can continue to build there with the coaching staff that he's put together.
All right, well, it is time for our Ackles Kickoff. Be sure to visit our friends at Ackles Carpet One to kick off your next home improvement or new home design project. Back deep to return for your Hornets, Elijah Newell, as well as number 6, Jaden Worsham. So some good speed back at about the 10-yard line, between the 10 and the 15-yard line. And looks like set to kick is going to be number 60, Alex Bowman, the sophomore for the Bears. Tyler, I had the opportunity to see some of this Sylvan Hills team in the benefit game against Robinson last week. And to be honest, through 3 quarters, they played them really well. Obviously, the 4th quarter was the JV portion of it. But for 3 quarters, I think it was a 21-14 game in favor of Robinson. And so I'm excited to see this. It's going to be a new look. You know, last year it was ground and pound, ground and pound, ground and pound in that option offense. This year they're going to be in shotgun. They're going to spread it out, but still some of the same principles of what we saw last year.
Yeah, we see similar concepts, but just a little more space.
And here we go, as this one's going to be lined up the middle, going to be picked up by number 14, and a whistle immediately is Bentley. I think we were offside.
Offside, yes, we were.
So our first PI Roofing penalty comes before we get any time off the clock. So PI Roofing penalty flag, and it'll be an offsides, and they'll back the kicking team up 5, and we'll do this from the 35-yard line now.
That's right. Get to start with the ball. Get to see that young signal caller for your Maumelle Hornets come out. See if he can sling it around a little bit, so put some points on the board.
I know they're really excited about Andrew Bjork. He is a young man that's very athletic. He's going to be able to run with it, but he can throw it as well. And, you know, the future's bright. We were talking down there, and there's going to be a quarterback battle here over the next couple years. All right, Bowman going to try it again from the 35. This one, he kicks this one, a line drive, going to be returnable as Newell picks it up at the 18-yard line. Newell going to bring it back out across the 25, going to try to get the corner. Man misses. 25, a lot of room, a lot of green over there. Back across the 40s, he cuts to the middle of the field, makes a man miss, and going to cross midfield to the 49-yard line, make it the 48-yard line of the Bears, and that's where the Hornets will start their first possession of the evening.
Yeah, great return by Newell. He let those blocks set up and get across the field. Just got to be careful there behind the ball. Make sure we're not having any crackback blocks. We got to make sure we're blocking in front of the ball, but nothing there. Pretty clean. Just make sure we pay attention to that throughout the game.
You know, as a guy that's been down on the sidelines for these opening week games, you get through a benefit game, you get a little bit, about a week and a half off, getting ready, everybody's ready to play. What are you looking for as a coach when they come into this game?
Man, first thing you got to be looking at is making sure they're not too high, right? They're super excited to be out here, first real game. Got to make sure they stay even keel, because that's when you get those penalties that whenever they're not thinking.
All right, so Bjork in the shotgun, and I think that's Worsham beside him, but I did not pay attention. Bjork gets the snap, and he'll hand it away. Look to the left side. That is Worsham trying to get the corner, but he's going to be stretched out to the sideline. And good job there by the Bear defense to take him out of bounds after a gain of maybe 2.
Yeah, the Bears didn't really give up the edge there. Worsham was able to get a few out of that. So a good play by a guy that didn't have a whole lot going on there. Good thing getting some positive yards.
Worsham's a guy we saw a lot of last year, and between him and Jalen Joyner, a couple guys that stayed, beat up from time to time. So that was a big key. More depth in this team this year, though. That's a big piece of what I know Maupin's excited about. So motion man here. They'll fake it. Bjork's going to keep it to the left side. He's got some rooms. He gets the corner. Across the 40, runs a man over at the 35. And Bjork will fall forward to the 34-yard line. And that'll be enough for an Acre Pharmacy first down.
If there's any questions about Bjork being ready for high school ball, I think you just answered them right there. Right? He's not afraid to lower the boom. He's a 10th grader, but he doesn't care who he's going up against. He'll lower the shoulder. He's ready to play.
Yeah, I'm curious to keep watching him grow. He's a good-sized young man down there as it is. And so it'll be interested to see just how much he grows over the next couple years. And obviously he's going to be pushed by a freshman. Bjork gets it. He'll hand it away to Worsham this time. Worsham right side. Finds a little gap. Got a hole. Oh, nice cut out of the 30-yard line. That's where he'll be taken down by number 22. That's Riley Jablonowski on the tackle for the Bears.
A great block by number 35, Hayden Sublett. That's a freshman out here playing with the high school guys. He was able to seal the edge there and give him some room down there. So really good work right there by your blocking H-back.
Talk about a freshman, 6'4", 235. And I looked at him down there on the field. I was like, there's no way that's a freshman.
It's not possible.
So Bjork here, 2nd down and 6. It's the snap. This one will give it away to Worsham. Good push by the line. Oh, what a cut at the 25-yard line. He'll be taken down inside the 20 at the 18, and that'll be another Acre Pharmacy first down as the Hornets get in the red zone for the first time.
And look who's there again. That's your man, your freshman, Sublett. I think we also had 55 around the edge. Caden Sherman. Okay, really good job setting that edge. If we can keep setting that edge, okay, and let Worsham work, I mean, it's going to be a long night for some Bears.
Yeah, this offensive line's got a chance to be special. They're still young. Obviously played a lot of sophomores this year. Those guys are juniors this year getting a chance. Connor Forte is another guy that I'm really excited to watch this year as well on that offensive line. And Bjork gets it, hands it away to Worsham. Worsham going to try to stretch it to the left side. Got a man waiting on him, and the Bears do a good job of stretching this one out, taking back down in the backfield.
Trying to find, is that 41? Or no, 18. Matthew West for the Bears. Really good play there on the edge at corner, not giving up the edge.
Yeah, this is a Sylvan Hills team that had to deal with a four-headed monster at running back last week against Robinson, as well as Quentin Murphy at quarterback. So they're not shy about contact and physicality after playing in that game last week. And now ball's on the ground. That ball's on the ground as they fumble the exchange. Had too many guys at the mesh point, and looks like Maumelle falls on top of it, though. So
that timing was a little off there. Snapped the ball a little bit too late. Hit your guy coming in motion.
I think that was Bubba Johnson, who was in the backfield there, who fell on that. I think that's Bubba. Looks like 31. Bubba Johnson, we got to know real well on the basketball court last season, and he's a young man that's he's a little shy about shooting it on the basketball court, but he can play some point guard. And we begged him to shoot it from time to time, and we're going to beg him to run it for touchdowns, it looks like, this year. Bjork fakes, going to throw the slant, and a little high on that one as he was looking for Jonathan Frost. And so that'll bring up a 4th down and 14. We'll see what the Hornets decide to do.
Yeah, he had him open there, just sailed a little bit, but you can see a little bit of an RPO game. Whether he actually has the chance to read it or it's called from the sideline, you got those two options. Just sailed a little bit there. That's something, younger guy, first game, he'll calm down as we get out throughout the game, and he'll kind of get those on where they're supposed to be.
It kind of goes back to that being just a little too amped up, maybe a little excited. And these guys haven't even been able to get on the field this week because of the heat and the rules of having to practice inside, so. Now Bjork, they're going to go for it. 4th down, looking right all the way. Got Frost, makes the catch, and got to break a tackle to make it work. Let's see. He's going to be shy of the first down, though. About 3 yards short as the Bears will hold, and the Hornets will turn it over on downs on their first possession of the ballgame.
Great effort by Frost right there, breaking a couple tackles. Just couldn't get that last. You get 4 yards behind the sticks, 14 on 4th and 14. It's difficult, but really good try there. But now you got the Bears on the 11-yard line. I mean, that's a really good spot to start. Especially whenever Coach Maupin relies on his defense to kind of be his strength.
Yeah, now we get to see this defensive line go to work. I know you were talking about the size that you saw down there, especially out on the outsides, but there's some size down there on the inside as well right now, and we'll see just how good these guys are. I see Connor Forte right now as they'll switch in the middle. Bubba Johnson at linebacker, so excited to see his Newell's out here on the edge. And they'll pitch this one to the outside. Got a man getting the corner. That's number 7. That is Egan Hall on the carry. That's a young man I didn't see carry the ball at all against Robinson last week.
And that's what we talked about. You're going to see similar concepts to what you had last year. They get so many bodies on the other side of the defense that you got to make sure you go with those pullers. So it's tough to stop a run like that.
Yeah, I believe last week, I think it was Malachi Summons that got beat up in that game against Robinson, hurt an ankle, and I don't see him on the field now. Out of the eye, they'll hand it off. Got a man. Oh, man, going around the corner with it across the 40. Midfield, cutting back the other way. Another nice cut at the 40. Across the 35. They're going to try to run him down. The Hornets will, but not till he gets all the way inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, as that's number 21, Malachi Sherwin. And he's a little banged up. Might have fell on the football when he went down. I think he was gasping for air a little bit as he got towards the end of that run and may have fell on the football and lost his breath a little.
And, Steve, that's a great effort by the defense, chasing him down, but it's all going to be for naught. It looked like we had a hold on the corner at the top of your screen, so should be coming back.
Now we got a PI roofing penalty on the play, so we'll back this one all the way up. Looks like it will result in a first down based on where the flag's laying on the field, but then they're going to back it up 10 from there.
Looks like that your corner out there is number 7, Jason Barsham. And one good thing about that is he's getting blocked, but he's working, right? He's showing that referee that he's got a hold of him. If you're getting held and you just stand there, they're not going to give you that penalty. You got to make sure you're working to get off of it. Let them see they're tugging on that jersey so they'll throw that flag.
So I think that might be a clerical mistake on our roster because I'm pretty sure that's Jason Barham. But I'll have a chat with Will about that later.
Barham, all right. So Jason Barham, I apologize for that.
Barham was the backup quarterback last year. He got inserted a couple times when Weston Pierce got hurt. And so we'll see what Barham does this year. So now they're in the shotgun. And high snap going to be brought down. A big hole in the middle. Trying to get the corner. And they marked that off actually from the original line of scrimmage. So it was 1st and 20.
And Cato Hunter in there on the tackle, and that's one of those, that link that we talked about they got on the edge. You got number 7, you got number 5 on the edge. If we can get them throwing the ball, we really got some length out there trying to stop the pass.
They're going to go 5 wide this time, or 4 wide receivers with Penn in the backfield next to Hampton. And Penn we didn't see any of in the scrimmage last week either. Hampton going to throw it. Got a man over there. Makes the catch at the 20. Ooh. And going to be tackled immediately. A great tackle.
I think that's Jason again. I'll let you say the last name so I don't get it wrong while it's still on here.
Jason Barham on the tackle there. So good job there as Barham makes the tackle and bring up a 3rd down and 11 for the Bears.
A good job by Jason pulling the trigger right there. He saw the ball out and he fired, right? He took off. He only had a couple blockers out there. You got to be quick on that to be able to make that play.
Bring a little bigger receiver out as Lacoby Brent, number 81, is going to be down here on the near side of the field. So they'll take trips to our side. Hampton with I believe that's Penn to his right.
Maupin sending pressure.
Coming up the middle, Hampton's got to scramble. Taking off around the corner, he's just going to throw it away as he makes the right decision, throws that one up into the stands. And that'll bring up a 4th down, and the Bears are going to have to punt.
Good decision. I'll tell you one thing. Coach Maupin right now doesn't seem too afraid of the passing attack. Looks like he went straight man, cover 0 right there, and he hit the house. If you can do that on defense, you can play straight man, cover 0, and feel good about it and send pressure. It's going to be really tough, especially if a team gets behind the sticks.
So 4th down and 11. Return man here is going to be Jonathan Frost. Frost is a junior, 5'11", 170, and obviously a young man that we've seen it early. They've targeted him a couple times. Now he's going to be back for the punt return.
He looked slippery on that catch, so that's a good guy you went back there.
Good snap, kick is away, high, short punt. They're going to get away from this one as it hits at the 39-yard line and goes backwards. And they're going to get a –
man,
that's a favorable spot, about 6 yards favorable.
Wait, he's coming back now. He's there you go. He's figured it out. That's a little better.
Oh, man.
I was like, there's no way that ball ever went that far.
I watched it hit just inside the 40. So great field position for the Hornets here as they'll start once again in Sylvan Hills territory. And now we're going to have what do we got? I think this is one of the water timeouts. Yeah, so that's something that they're doing for the game tonight is the officials will probably stop the game about every 15 minutes of actual time. I was listening to our buddy Cabo the other day. I think he was on the buzz, and they were talking about that. And the plan is about every 12 to 15 minutes when they see a good stoppage time, they're going to give everybody an opportunity to grab some water. And that's just as important for them as we see our officials down there getting water as well.
100%. They don't get to come to the sideline and get a drink in between series and all. So this timeout's as much for them, but, most important thing is to make sure everybody out there on that field stays safe. So you can't be upset about having these stops. We know how hot it's been. So even if it's not as hot tonight as we expected, it's a little cooler than we expected. It's still not cool, but it's been hot all week too. So we got to make sure that we stay as hydrated as possible, keep everybody safe.
And look, man, I get it. I'm 40. there's no way I want to be out there running around like that. So more power to these officials. We need more officials all across the state. It's an issue. It's an issue nationwide, but we really need them here in the state of Arkansas. And so, hey, huge credit to this crew. I was talking to Cabo yesterday. His dad's in his final year of calling games this year, and he did the Hazen game last night, and he's going to turn around and do another ball game tonight. So they're working. They're working hard out there in week 0.
There's a reason we chose to be in the AC on this side.
Yes. So Bjork with Worsham next to him. Bjork gets the snap. He'll fake it. Going to throw over the middle. Got his man. A little behind him. Caught. Spin move by Timmons. And Timmons has got the Acre Pharmacy first down and now gang tackled by the Bears at the 27-yard line.
Timmons wasn't quite ready to go down there. Put a little slow motion spin move on him, but made about 8 guys have to take him down.
Timmons is a guy. He's a lot of fun. He's electric with the ball in his hands. Now Bjork, this time he will give it to Worsham. Got blockers out there with him. Good play, though. That's 22 on the defense. That's Jablinowski, the sophomore. And he really shot through and disrupted that play.
Still got a positive yards, 4 or 5 yards there. And Jablinowski, that's a pretty good football name.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I wonder if he goes by Jabs.
Jab something. You know, Coach can't be yelling Jablinowski out there, right? It's too much. It's got to be a little bit quicker.
So second down and about 6 here for the Hornets. As that is Bjork, still at quarterback. I can't tell. I think that's Worsham next to him. Well, going to keep it. This is run all the way for Bjork, and it is shut down by the Bears here as Bjork is gang tackled back at the 30-yard line. Forward progress, though, will give him the 24, so that's a break for the Hornets. And it's still a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, again, trying to get that edge, and Sylvan Hills has done pretty good so far setting that edge. Any defense, whether it's Maumelle or Sylvan Hills, one of the keys to being successful is setting your edge. Don't give up that outside. So really good coaching points there.